What type of people at work can't you deal with? Micromanagers. Hope this email finds you well. I need you to urgently ASAP. Single quote. No, Karen. As a matter of fact, it did not find me well. The ones who ramble forever about nothing. Listen, lady. I am either trying to work or trying to enjoy a break. I can't do either very effectively if I have to at you every minute or so for 20 minutes. The people with completely unchecked anxiety that don't know how to approach anything without panic. I help people do computer stuff for school and I'm always happy to help people. I'll show you the same thing as many times as we need to go over it for you to be comfortable. But when you come in freaking out, unable to actually listen to what I'm saying, acting as though the sky is falling, it freaks me the fuck out too. Just take a breath and we'll work through it together. This is often, but not always, coupled with, I just don't get this computer stuff, I'll never figure it out, attitude. People in general. People who gossip. I don't want the lowdown on anyone. And I'm not going to give you the lowdown on me. So just leave me the hell alone. The guy who does no actual work and constantly messes about but gets away with it because he's funny, and a character. He pretends to be a nice guy but you can see through his act and know he's an asshole and a grifter. He knows you know and he hates you. I'm on to you. Gary. Suits who don't have a clue how our business works. Walking around talking about changes that will take months of labor when we can't get anyone hired. Because they won't raise wages. Plus the changes they want to make won't do crap for our bottom line. It's just to make them look good with their bosses. Colleagues saying, "You are doing this wrong." Also colleagues just walks away without explaining. The ones who don't put the effort into their work. Live ones. People who are rude for no reason. Ascuses. Corporate. Those guys have absolutely no idea what our location needs and how differently we need to be run compared to other stores in the district because of how much smaller we are. And they all have absolutely no idea how hard it is to keep a grocery store completely spotless and faced off when you're short-staffed. The ones who constantly avoid work somehow but complain the most about being there. People who don't at least try. As a young worker, people who automatically look down on you and assume they know more than you, think they need to micromanage you because you're young. The overachiever who cannot stand letting anyone be better than him at anything. You show up 5 minutes early and get there before them. They'll be there 10 minutes early the next day. And give you a better than you attitude. Micromanagers. Employees who put all the work on you to clique up with others. Drama and gossipers. People who put their phone on speaker at max volume in the break room at work. I do not want, or need, to hear your conversation with a doctor because you need 2 hands free to gesticulate wildly. The asshole. Sorry, but it's usually a lady. That comes around with a card wanting me to sign it and give some money for someone I barely know. Family members' graduation, birth, retirement, birthday, death. We got one guy. Nobody knows what he does. Whenever he holds a presentation he's slow as fuck. And he creeps me out by the way he looks at me. People who walk around complaining about how busy they are. If you were actually busy, you wouldn't have time to stand by my desk complaining to me about it. You'd be working. Disorganized. Frantic people. They're always behind on work and there's always some reason why it's not their fault. Either you have the worst luck in the world, or you just have poor time management skills. Disorganized. Frantic people who say, I have autism, ADHD. I can't be blamed for being messy and late with everything. Cool. So I guess it's my problem now. I'll just happily stay late to rush my portion in before the deadline because you diagnosed yourself off TikTok. People with short temper. Any form of drone. I appreciate people attempting to stay within the lines of the job. But if you cannot operate outside those lines to solve a problem, and create a bigger problem due to your inflexibility, I cannot abide by that. People that go for cigarette breaks during work. People that are allergic to nuance. So many. I don't like your answer, so I'll ask again. General time wasters. Like, on the rare occasions I tell you what a meeting will be about before it happens, I will change it when we start. Or anything like that. When the people given authority at a company go to the customers and promise the moon, then turn around to the actual people doing the real work at the company and say, I promised them that you would be done with this feature by this date. I have absolutely no idea how long it will take you to do it. But now you have to do it by this date. Toxic people who also look down on people. People who come to work smelling like dank-ass skunk weed, and also people who come to work telling the world about extreme personal stuff. Like, girl, we don't need to know that you have had 10 abortions and 4 STDs. That needs to be a convo between you, your ob-jin, and Jesus Christ.